welcome to another episode of Rainbow Shelter News.
Ozma did it. It's all fault.
Wait, I mean, yes.
It's your. Don't deny it. It's your fault. Everything is your fault.
Oh, well, I mean, not.
No, stop denying
not
it.
Amy Griffith's death. Martin Saberi pleaded guilty in the UK for Amy Griffith's death.
Yeah, well, that was your fault.
No. Amy Griffith
was
a good trans
You're the
woman.
one who drew up the plans for deep. You the plans up for DB Griffith for DB Cooper, so we all know about that.
Oh
Yes,
no.
We probably shouldn't say it.
I mean, like, look. I can neither confirm nor deny stuff like that. I also can neither confirm nor deny anything to do with Rush Limbaugh's death.
Oh, I'll confirm that Rush Limbaugh died. I mean, yeah, he's as dead as a doornail.
I have a special 9 seconds. I have a special message to start out, if you do not mind.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I control the horizon. Okay. So I shall share screen.
Good for nothing, back in bed. Nobody likes you, better off said goodbye. Come to say goodbye, goodbye. Born defeated, died in vain. Super destructive, you were hooked on pain. No.
There we go. That's my feelings on Rush Limbaugh.
I mean, you're not wrong.
The only good thing was die.
The one line I couldn't fit in was, if I could live my life half as worthlessly as you, I'm convinced that I'd be burning too.
See, that works.
Yeah, no, that does work. Rush Limbaugh was a dick.
He did a lot of harm in his life.
Yeah.
One of these days, I will get fingernails big enough to actually be able to polish them properly. Okay, anyhow.
Oh no. Oh no, that makes a lot of sound. There's a reason. There are two reasons to keep the camera still. Oh no.
Nope.
Oh, you're doing it with paper. I see.
Yep. Most professional.
I mean, cans are technically more professional. As clearly Christy has the most experience and knows professional stuff. I've never been professional.
All the stuff on my other channel that was recorded in my room, they were all recorded with the phone between two jars.
But yeah, also, can we just state for a moment, just talk for a moment about the lack of visibility for transitioning?
Hey, I'm transitioning, in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah. And
what do you mean?
In terms of, like, it's not the information on how you can actually go through the necessary hoops to get various surgeries or whatnot is not easily available. You have to know where to look.
Well, and also you have to jump through hoops. Like, I know to get bottom surgery, at least at Johns Hopkins, you have to have a bunch of psych letters.
Yeah, so in Minnesota you need a psych letter from an expert and a psych letter from someone that you see regularly as a therapist. And that's to get covered by the government. Admittedly, I think with enough money, you can go to Thailand or the Philippines or something. Fuck, I forgot the.
Nope.
Singapore.
You can do that, but in New York, it is a psych letter and a doctor's letter.
It'd be a fun conversation to have with the doctor. Hey, doctor, can you sign these papers so that way I can get a vagina? Thank you.
Yeah.
It's just so dumb.
Yeah, and it also doesn't help, at least in some areas in the States, that some doctors look for an excuse to say no or blame any problem you have on HRT, and none of the ways in which HRT has genuinely helped your health. For instance, HRT lowered my bilirubin. I've got no other explanation. It's been a problem. My bilirubin levels were high. And by the way, bilirubin is the gallbladder bile stuff. But my levels have been high at least since my early 20s, but possibly always, until I started HRT. And then all of a sudden they drop to what's considered the healthy levels, and there isn't another explanation I can think of, because, like I said, that's been the case a lot of my life. But like people, if you
when I had this.
Go on.
When I had the stroke, my right iris was partially frozen, which is why any pre-transition pictures you see, I have tinted glasses on, because light was very blinding, and now I'm back. Now my vision is fine, and my iris works fine. And that was an HRT thing. They were like, well, this isn't supposed to happen. Oh, I'm on HRT. Oh, yeah, okay then.
Well,
HRT is...
Yeah, go on.
HRT is the magic that automatically explains every health problem you could ever possibly have once you start taking it.
I mean, not necessarily every health problem, but definitely helped with some things that are not mentioned. But also, there are things that are not super obvious, like the ability to get top surgery for the one removing breast tissue, the ability to get top surgery, and at the very least in the UK without HRT, and stuff like that. That's kind of important to know. It's kind of important to know what your options are, so you're not, fucked over and experiencing dysphoria or just like a complete lack of connection physically and just
Orgasms are far fewer, but they are much better.
I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although, yeah.
Sexual is a thing.
So, here's a fun story of the United States. The United States of fuck LGBTQ news. A 13-year-old girl has been got banned from riding the bus after she mentioned she was a lesbian to her friends.
Did you hear about this thing in Georgia?
Kansas.
No, did you hear about the thing that's going on in Georgia?
Oh, the bathroom bill thing. I mean, there's the
Oh.
Iowa one, but the Iowa and Montana. No, I didn't hear about the Georgia thing.
Basically, because we're invading women's sports, they're proposing a law that would basically require that all women who are entering women's sports get their genitals checked out.
Oh yes, that one. I did remember that, and I was trying to look it up, and I couldn't remember. Well, sorry. I remember it now that you mention it, but I didn't remember it when I was looking things up, and I was looking similar related things up, but yeah, that's fucked up. But also, yeah, she got kicked off the bus for inappropriate language.
I mean, yeah, but that's that area for you. But yeah,
How old is she?
13.
13. Sorry, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, an eighth
What's
grader got kicked off a bus for inappropriate language because she mentioned she's a lesbian, and that apparently counted for inappropriate language because the bus driver overheard.
Yep, bigot.
Does the bus driver know that is literally not legal? That is U.S. period, not legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully he's about to find out.
Yeah, I honestly hope so.
But the thing with Georgia is a lot crazier.
Yeah, no, the Georgia thing is
Because it's
yeah,
not like-
you shouldn't set something up to look at school kids' genitals.
I mean, unless you're a pedophile, like.
Wait,
I mean, are the Georgia's? Is Georgia's like the guy who proposed that bill? Is he like a pedophile or something? I think I'm not saying that he is a pedophile. I'm just saying we should ask questions because, like, wanting to examine young girls' genitalia.
yeah.
That doesn't sound right, you know?
It is several levels of wrong. And it's just awful. I don't even have another word for it. It's just awful. I mean, it's a bill to... It's like a lot of things. The point of the bill is to exclude trans people. First, if they target sports first, then they'll go for bathrooms, and then once they target bathrooms, they'll go for the ability to express any gender changes and make that considered to be inappropriate language to describe your existence. And then basically there are people who don't want trans people to exist.
Right, yeah.
And they're not all from Turf Island.
Yeah, they are surprisingly not all from Turf Island. Although Turf Island has had it really bad.
I don't think that a lot of people understand what the Title X ruling was, and how broad that was. Pun unintended, of course. A lot of the things that people are doing to try and limit trans people are not legal anymore. And if Georgia goes through with what they're doing, I do know that Disney studios will pull out, and that will fuck their economy. It already happened with North Carolina.
Which I mean, while it might seem necessary, it's kind of in a way unfortunate because like there are trans people in like the movie industry and whatnot over in Georgia where who would get fucked over by that.
Yeah, oftentimes when the economics gets thrown down, it's the marginalized communities who get fucked over the hardest.
This is true, but I'm not a big fan of pinkwashing from corporations. But to be perfectly honest, I'd rather they do the right thing than the wrong thing. So the only industry in Georgia will be whatever portion of there.
Yeah. And Georgia's not the only place. Obviously, there's the earlier thing with Montana, because the Republicans have gone hardcore on several bills.
Yes.
And that's also that one's against trans women and women's sports, and you can and to try to prohibit people from treating gender dysphoria.
Yeah,
so basically, they want to make it illegal in Montana to get HRT. That one's a bit more in your face.
Yeah, because suicide rates are great, aren't they?
I mean, and suicide rates are worse only if you don't get accepted. They're like super high if you don't get accepted, but if you get accepted, for being yourself by family, friends, or whatnot, the suicide rate drops. It's like 10% or less. No, it's less than 10%, I think. For if you have parents who accept, I forgot. I know I've seen the study. There's been a breakdown of that. It's something like that.
Yeah, the study's also really archaic. So I'm looking forward to the next one. They're doing. I mean, this is technical shit, but they're doing technical shit, and I completely forgot the technical word. Longitudinal study on this right now.
Mm-hmm. But apparently the Republican Party
the study that everybody cites is prior to the trans tipping point, which we consider 2014. So it was 2012, 10 to 12. So, and as much as it's shit, and as much as people would like it to be shit, because they're sadistic fucks or something. I'll just go with or something.
Sadistic synonymous with Republican.
Sadistic fuck and Republican are pretty much
the same thing.
Yeah. And like I briefly mentioned Iowa's the one with the bathroom bill that they are trying to apply, and obviously all of this goes against.
And they've already, but they've already been thrown out of court.
Oh, that one's been thrown out of court already.
Iowa.
Okay,
That was thrown out of court.
Okay, which isn't surprising because.
And Nebraska the same.
Yeah, and that is because of the precedent set up by the Supreme Court under the Trump administration, which admittedly is kind of funny.
Angry about it.
Don't you love it when Republicans shoot themselves?
The Trump administration being.
But yeah, I've been
the Trump.
The what?
The Trump administration being angry is one of those things that makes me. So I have no time for them.
Yeah.
I have no mental space in which I try and be charitable, and I am a very charitable person.
Yes. But here,
trans rights are human rights.
Yeah, trans rights are human rights. Here's the most important study, though. The one that'll blow your mind. That'll just be like shocking and amazing. QAnon conspiracy theory claims COVID vaccines will turn you gay or trans.
Oh, they caught us.
Damn. Now I really got to get an appointment.
I know. Like, I've been trying to get an appointment for a while for the COVID vaccine. It's important for making me more trans. It's the secret way because of all of it is an anti-vax conspiracy theory. It's the same thing with the ableist, awful, debunked study that was anti people on the autism spectrum.
Anti-autistic.
Yeah.
I don't know. My autism is a superpower.
Someone mentioned about the suicide rate and wondering how to drop it further amongst trans people. I'd mentioned the wrong number for that, which was probably a bit higher than it was in the 2012 study. That being said, it might already be lower because societal changes makes a big difference. The more society accepts trans people, the less chance of, someone hardcore sirring every trans person or sirring or mamming anyone in the inappropriate gender guessing that occurs in society. So outside of that, definitely informed consent needs to be a thing in every state.
I mean, also, not sure how much it's dropped. I mean, transphobia is still pretty rampant within the society, especially in the South and Bible areas.
Yeah, I know I had a friend
But
who was called the T-Slur.
The 41.
Hmm?
Oh, go on.
I've well, two things. The 41% is from that old study. It's not even it's not relevant anymore, although it keeps getting cited.
Yeah,
Um,
no.
and
The more
I had
oh, go on. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
I had a college friend killed himself because he went with a bunch of friends to see a comedian who picked on him the entire night for being gay, and his parents had already, and he killed himself that night. And 1 year later, a friend of mine who was and 1 year to the day, because we were a group of people, but who had just started coming out as himself for so trans suicide is not something that I'm familiar with, and gay suicide.
Not actually an answer. It's not
There
a
you go.
rare.
Sorry, you inspired me to actually get a polish. And I needed something to take my mind off it a little bit. So thank you, Calon. I needed the nail polish.
No problem. But yeah, trans suicide. Our suicide rate is still going to be up through the roof, though.
Yeah.
Well, they're still higher than they should be.
Well, I mean, yeah, like any suicide rate is higher than it should be, like, unless it's Nazis. Nazi suicide rate is fine.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to disagree with that. I really can't because of the actual harm done. Although there's just far too much anti-Semitism around, just in general, and there are leftist communities who are transphobic are doing leftism wrong, and leftist communities who are anti-Semitic are doing leftism wrong.
We don't call those leftist communities, we just call those fascists.
I mean, yeah, I mean, for the most part, not all. Like, the thing is, it bleeds into little elements of society that people don't think about, similar with ableism. Oh yeah, any leftist community that's ableist is doing leftism wrong as well.
I know. It's almost like you shouldn't be bigoted and be a leftist, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's also, I mean, the fundamental aspect of, you know, the fundamental aspect of socialism relates to causing less harm. So if you're saying it's okay for certain people to die or be harmed, essentially, no, you're doing it wrong.
Unless it's Nazis. Nazis can go ahead and die.
Yeah, well, not I wasn't thinking of Nazis. I was thinking more of like certain tanky types, or like yeah.
Surf Nazis must die.
I mean,
Too obscure.
We did whole movies about Nazis dying, and all of a sudden that became a problem on certain aspects of the internet.
I know, I hate political correctness, don't you? We should be able to talk about killing Nazis without the PC police coming and infecting us all.
I know, right?
Like
I
love.
still need to watch that one movie. That said, we are in our end time. I realize these episodes are short, but like, you know, some of us only have so many spoons. Calon, as usual, can be found on.
But I got a lot of. Hold on. But I got a lot of. Come on, let me do my joke. But I got a lot of forks. See, it doesn't work if I have to tell you that. Give me that.
Okay, that was good. Calon can be found on your channel. I can't remember your last name because I'm terrible with it. I'm terrible with names in general too.
Ushumgal.
Yeah.
You can find me at Calon Ushumgal. You can also find me on Discord at various places, like in Aliakai's community and whatnot. Where else? Oh, you can also find me on Twitter at Respirate.
And obviously also Transgardr.
And that's what I was about to
which is showing up in a half an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
can
go check out that channel after as there you and Kalia are good people.
Can I say quick? Because I got a compliment that I'm supposed to pass on to you. When I appeared on Transgardr, apparently somebody was watching who needed the kick to come out, and that should I say?
Wait, say again. I didn't hear you.
When I appeared on Transgardr, somebody like needed that extra kick to come out.
Oh, okay.
And I was in their stream a couple weeks ago, and he goes by Hebe, but mentioned it, and I was like, how did I didn't know this, and it's kind of like I always think we don't make an impact, and even if we make an impact a little, it's lovely.
Yeah. I see. I feel like because I haven't seen any impact that I may or may not have made recently, I've already disregarded impact that I maybe made in the past. Because I did help someone. Well, I actually helped a few people talk about stuff. Look, there's that was 2 years ago? 2 years ago, I think. So, like, that doesn't matter now. It's already too far away. I don't make an impact now, no worries.
I always get surprised.
I'm of the help one person who saves the world.
Yeah.
I'm always surprised when I'm told that I have an impact and whatnot. I'm like, really?
Yeah, no, it's easy.
Well, I get that. The save one person, you save the world. That's from the Talmud. So.
Yeah, and also like the same philosophy is used in the March of Dimes. Like just the one tiny bit good. you help. It's still an impact. And that said, I take that back. Last year was the last time I impacted someone because of the conversation with R&D.
Exactly.
Because that was the whole anti-theism versus atheism thing. Because I'm a proponent of atheism and very much against anti-theism as a concept. But anyways, I'm drawing on too long. We've already mentioned things like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. Even if you don't like learn a lot and just like to see my pretty face, or Calon's pretty face, or Christy's pretty face, or you like to listen to us, comment if you have an opinion on anything we've said here, or if you just feel like commenting, comment just for fun. Also, it obviously gives us a little bit more visibility.
The engagement helps. Every comment helps, every comment helps, even the transphobic ones. So I leave those up and just make fun of the person.
Exactly. Which is the correct way to YouTube.
I just realized I just polished all my nails. I'm supposed to leave two of them unpolished.
Anyway, bye everybody.
I'll just leave that lay.
Yeah, exactly. Bye.